I went to sleep a dreamer, then woke as a believer, bleeding thoughts of activism, acts of wisdom and achievement, 5/3 of a person, so I...
Where do you originate from?
I'm from St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, shout out to the 314. I got a lot of good people back home, man. A lot of good people. You know, shout out to everybody.
Alright. Who is Lavelle Spitz?
Lavelle Spitz is me. But essentially, Lavelle Spitz is an artist, a visual artist, graphic artist, design, all sorts. And through music, I'm an expressionist of many different forms and of many different topics. Progressive lyricist. At the same time, I'm a lover. I'm also a fighter. And in the same respect, you know, like I live for the world, you know. You know, through music, which is one of, you know, my main, you know, mediums of communication. You know, I live to express myself. And yeah, I've been doing that for a while, so yeah, essentially, Lavelle Spitz is an artist. I create.
Okay. Right. What is your current view in hip-hop?
Wow. Well, I love hip-hop. Let me start off by saying that. I truly feel like, you know, hip-hop is, you know, undergoing another transitional period, as it always does every, you know, 5 to 10 years. And, you know, the culture of hip-hop is growing. It's getting older, you know. It's still one of, like, you know, the youngest genres of music, you know, out, but, you know, getting old, you know, getting to its own seniority. And so the original, you know, ideologies of where hip-hop started and where it is now has definitely changed. And I see people understanding that, and I see people trying to go back to that. And also on the other side, you have, you know, a lot of the music that we come out with, it doesn't really have a lot of meaning to it. And I think that's the stuff that is covering up, you know, the hip-hop that's over here that is still legendary, and the stuff that people still want to hear. You know, because honestly, you know, when we get on the record and we say anything on the track, it's really about, you know, what are you expressing, what are you telling, what are you communicating. So if you coming out and making a song that's about, you know, money, cars, and clothes and things about that, you know, you're talking about a lifestyle that a lot of people, you know, might not be able to agree with, but it just sounds good. As a lyricist, I think lyrically, you know, in structure and format and things like that. And if you know how to write songs and compose, you'll understand that ideology when it aligns to your thinking process. So yeah, hip-hop shapes who I am, you know. And that's crazy, but yeah, hip-hop is me, you know. Like, you ever seen in that movie Brown Sugar, right?
Yeah,
right? You ever seen
definitely.
how, like, okay, he communicated, him and Sanaa Lathan's character, it was like romance. Like, hip-hop was like, it was like a love story, you know, and like, it was more than just the rap, more than just the music, you know what I'm saying? It was actually like a true love for, like, coming together. Like, he was the rhyme and she was the beat, and it came together, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's
Absolutely.
that's dope.
That's sure. Subject change. How you feel about the president?
Man, well, I think it's hilarious as fuck that everybody calls him a Cheeto. I think that, you know, he's really steering the country in the wrong direction, and the crazy thing is that he was put in by people that are even more crazier than him. But they're like that smart crazy. I'm not really, as far as you asking how I feel about the president, I don't really trip off Donald Trump. It's the people who, like, are behind him. The people who put him in. Like, you know, like these David Dukes out here, you know what I'm saying? These young guys like Richard Spencer, who, like, have these, like, views on, like, you know, pro-white supremacy and all that, and trying to go back to a racially charged past of America. And I feel like Trump is like spearheading the green light for that, you know, throwing up shit like that, you know, and I'm just like, you know what? That's not where we need to be. But a lot of people are caught up in their social media and, you know, caught up in like, you know, being like superficial and selfish that, you know, we don't even understand that. We just say Trump is dumb and he's stupid, but we don't really pay attention to what the fuck is going on. And this back and forth with North Korea, like that shit is wild right now. But it's also a good show. It's also a good fucking show too. Like it keeps people like, it actually keeps people like who would not look at the news looking at the news, even though it's like I still look at the news with doubt, but it is what it is. So,
True.
so you just had to go there, didn't you? You just had to talk about politics.
Yeah, can't help myself.
That's the new P word.
Yeah.
Politics.
Now, right after that question, I'm gonna hit you with, what is consciousness to you?
Well, think about the word conscious. You know, to be conscious is to be thinking, you know, to use thought. But consciousness is the state of thinking. What is your state of thinking? How are you thinking? What are you thinking about? You know, like what is your mind enriched and fortified with to align with what you're doing? You know, like a lot of people say negative things and talk to themselves negatively, so their actions follow that. Their actions, you know, proceed to do just that, negative. You know, you got a lot of people out here who live with no worry, you know, like no fear, and that's the reason why they're able to get ahead, you know, in life, because their energy is motivated to move forward in a forward direction that's not blocked by those negative thoughts. You know, a lot of people confuse being conscious with having an afro or having, you know, a head wrap or, you know, drinking alkaline water. Do drink alkaline water. Do drink good water. But, you know, a lot of people confuse those things with, you know, like what it is on the physical. But it's really about what you're thinking about, where your mind is to, you know, what you're doing. I mean, a lot of us, you know, we eat shit. We eat like shit, you know? Like, think about it. We're eating meat. It's dead. We're eating dead food. So that's becoming a part of our anatomy that's dead. I mean, so how much life are you getting off eating something dead? You know, I think people misunderstand that about nutrition all the time. But I can go off in a really deep tangent on that. But, you know, consciousness is really about, like, what your mental mind state is and how you use that to align with the way your energy is.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, what is your?
Say it again.
What are your intentions in music?
Well, I don't know if I said this before, but, you know, as an artist, you know, I live to express myself. And through my music, you know, that's what I want to communicate, you know, my expression, how I feel. You know, there's a lot of things that's going on in the world. You know, I am a part of the oppressed people, so I feel like, in a sense, I should speak on, you know, the things that I feel through that lens. You know, a lot of people see the world through, you know, their own lens, but, you know, I see the world through my own lens. And it's through music being a medium of art and expression in which I can do that. So that's what my intention is with that. You know, to as we say, keep it real. You know, and there's so many different ways to keep it real, and there's so many different ways of not keeping it real, but we ain't gonna get into that because that ain't what we're doing. But, you know, at the same time, you know, that's what I live for, to express, you know, express yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
True. Anything else? You got anything else you might want to add?
I just want to say peace and love to the world. Everybody continue to love yourselves. Remember that, you know, self-talk, which is the language in which you speak to yourself, is the most important thing. So talk to yourself righteously. As far as Lavelle Spitz goes, continue to look out for more music, art. Continue to check me out on the YouTube, because that's where I be at. And I'm gonna keep trying to live the life and be the best that I can be. And that's about all I can say, y'all.
Yeah.
And stay tuned.
Peace.
This a fight for your life in the Civil War. This a fight for your rights in the Civil War. Darkness meets the light in the Civil War. Justice for all, where we fight.